You're listening to the Incomparables Total Party Kill podcast, in which a group of friends play Dungeons & Dragons on the internet for your amusement. This is episode number 434, recorded May 2022, posted January 2024. Paulie read an ethics book.
Welcome back to Total Party Kill. It's me, Tony Sindelar, a Dungeon Master. He, him. Today we are continuing Candlekeep Mysteries, A Deep and Creeping Darkness. Allow me to introduce our players. They will remind you of who their characters are, and then we'll try and figure out what exactly is happening in this adventure. First up, it's Jason Snell. Hi, Jason.
Hi, Tony. What are we doing, and who are our characters? I am playing Nis. She is a lizard folk sorcerer who would like to let you know that she is an operator of an accredited sorcery school, and she's just trying to spread the word about that.
But also you go on adventures for tax reasons or research purposes?
I think what happens is she thinks building her reputation for herself and also traveling around to spread the word about the school adventures find her, and she's okay with that.
Yeah. This is clearly somebody with tenure.
And this is I was going to say this gives her fodder for future academic work. This is like her summer research phase before she goes back to school. Yeah.
Excellent. Dan Morin, does your character have as hazy a backstory that we need to figure out in this introduction?
Oh, yeah. Super hazy. Cueris is all about the music, man. Cueris
the music lives on.
Music lives on.
We got trouble?
A bard. I'm a bard, Tony, is I guess what I'm trying to say.
Okay. Thank you, Dan. Also joining us, it's Micah Sargent. Hi, Micah. How's it going?
It's going well, Tony, I think. I am Micah Sargent. I play Ajguri Lone Walker Makotata Hani, who is a Goliath paladin. He just goes by Lone Walker for most folks. He and I both are using he, him pronouns.
Also joining us, it's Kathy Campbell. Hi, Kathy.
Hi, Tony. I am so excited to be here. I am playing Hermione, a centaur fighter, who is extremely exhausted, similar to myself. But both of our pronouns are she, her.
Thanks, Kathy. Last but not least, it's Tiff Arment. Hi, Tiff. How's it going?
Hey, pronouns are she, her, but I'm playing Paulie Quartz, a male rock gnome druid. He, him.
And occasionally, Little Anthony.
Yes, and as sidekick, Little Anthony.
I am programmed from
Little Anthony.
I'm programmed from the Tuesday night shows where everyone has a gosh dang pet, except Dan. We'll point out. Dan
I feel like Little Anthony's probably a they them.
Nice. All right.
Yeah.
All right. What have we been up to? Well, we are playing Candlekeep Mysteries, A Deep and Creeping Darkness. Paulie has been contracted by some dwarves to investigate an old mining town that has been abandoned. The dwarves, I think, basically came into a contract on the town. Paulie has recruited other adventurers to accompany him to the town name that I'm going to say is Vermelon, which is probably
Vermelon.
I've heard it both ways. Vermelon, a town not too far away from Candlekeep, but kind of on the frontier. A town whose downfall was kind of recorded in a book called A Deep and Creeping Darkness, also the name of the adventure. That book told a story of an explosion, a mining cave-in where many people died, others were trapped beneath the rubble, and as if that was not enough to plague the small town of Vermelon, after that strange disappearances happened in town, people were beset by nightmares and people started disappearing, and so the town has sat empty for many, many years until our adventurers have returned to the town, spent, at this point, I believe, at least one day in town. They themselves have not rested easy, and they came across a strange creature while exploring the mansion of the mayor, a creature known as a meenlock, which is a strange fey creature that basically seems to kind of prey on misery and is interested in doing bad things to humanoid sentient creatures such as yourselves. After deciding that things in town are not so great. You have journeyed to the site of the mine itself. You are exploring the tunnels when you have found your way into what seems to be the source of the meenlocks, their nest. The tunnels here are smooth and coated with a gross black moss. Lone Walker has used a spell to detect evil and fey presences and is getting all kinds of little blips on his mental radar, suggesting that there might be a variety of, or a number of meenlocks ahead in these wretched tunnels. Some of you are exhausted. I think Cueris is a little hurt from your last encounter with the meenlocks, and this might be your last chance. Last chance to heal Cueris before he is torn asunder by their vicious claws.
Vichyssoise. I don't know what that means, so maybe I shouldn't say
potato
it.
soup.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Whew. The way that Dan
Meenlocks.
responded, it sounded scary. All
Meenlocks
right.
left shifts.
Anyway, Lone Walker turns and says, "Come, Cueris, give us a hug."
Okay.
And as you
this is
walk
nice.
towards this embrace, you
Hug
feel
it
this
out, bro.
warmth
Hug it
kind of
out.
come over you. Hug it out.
Yeah.
And how much were you down?
I'm currently at, I believe, 11 out of 27, but don't feel.
I'm gonna give you 6.
And I do have.
I
10,
just-
I
and
have some
Lone
temp
Walker-
hit points too, so I'm doing.
As a
helps.
Goliath, I just imagine that you just kind of envelop anyone that you just,
Absolutely.
I,
It's the
I
best hug
picture
you've
him
ever had.
holding Cueris like a little baby.
Yeah.
We all go, aw.
Somewhere in the tunnels, the meenlocks make horrible clicking noises, suggesting that they too find it adorable.
Oh,
Storytelling. All right. Is there anything else that you need to do before you step into the darkness and face these wretched, horrible creatures?
Everyone's still got 10 hit points. Let me see if there's something else I want to do before we go in there. I'm good, I think.
If we want to, I have Manifest Echo that we can use to draw attention from these people or these meenlocks that we know are in the thing. Like, it will not be as good as the fire giant, but could potentially cause distraction.
Yeah, I mean,
so last time we had talked about so Lone Walker cast protection from evil and good and was planning on kind of going in as a bit of a tank to draw attention to himself, because with that protection from evil and good, he has let me see what all it grants. Protected against Fey. They have disadvantage on attack rolls against me, and I also cannot be charmed, frightened, or possessed by these creatures. And if I was already, then I would have advantage on being able to break that. So I currently am kind of buffed for this battle, and was just going to, if I remember correctly, kind of head in as the person to sort of get a scope on the situation and see where all of them are.
And I believe one of you read a book about meenlocks back in the mayor's library. Is that correct?
We still have it.
You still have it? I think I'll
Don't
just
we?
mention
Yeah.
probably whether you read that book or it would occur to, I don't know, somebody give me a nature check. Anyone who feels like it as you're exploring the
16.
anyone roll
Let
better
me see
than
if I can
16.
do better.
Yeah.
16's pretty good.
I'm not saying it's bad, Dan. I'm
14.
just saying there's a range
I
of numbers that exceed 16.
I rolled a 2 and I have a -1. So Tony, what would that tell me?
You notice that the moss is gross.
Excellent. All right, everyone.
And also,
the moss is gross.
it seems like meenlocks are, you encountered meenlocks in the mayor's mansion. They're kind of small. This is not a centaur accommodating tunnel system, is what I'm going to tell you, Hermione.
I mean, to be fair, most places aren't.
Yeah, we did send your character through an attic.
Yeah.
On episode 1 of Candlekeep Mysteries, so which I still think about a centaur trying to crawl through a crawl space.
I know, and it
just how
entertains me
uncomfortable
every
that
time.
would be.
They
Yes.
can squeeze in. You'd be surprised.
If they can get their head in,
They're
can
like
get
a
the rest
cat.
of the
Yeah,
thing.
exactly.
Nis, how'd you do on your nature check?
Similar. It was like a 15, 14, something like that.
Lone Walker?
No better.
All right. I will tell you with a 16 QRS, it occurs to you that this seems to be their nest, and it seems like the meenlocks live in darkness, and they might not react positively to light sources.
Oh, to our boomsticks.
Mm.
Light 'em up.
Sun
Sunrods.
bars. Yeah, those.
Up.
Sandbars. They will
I
not
rel-
react positively to our sandbars.
I relay this information to
All
my
right.
friends and suggest we go all out with light.
Does anybody have a cloak or something that is up to 10 feet in some dimension?
I mean, I have some.
Like
Is this
a-
some
like-
sort of weird
like
swap
a-
meet
like a-
or what?
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
like a-
I
like a
kind of want to hear you
slanket or
ask
something.
this as Nis because
Okay, all right. Nis says, I have a cape here. Does anyone have an article of clothing that's larger than this?
I'm sorry. It sounds like Nis is doing a magic show. Is there anybody in the audience
don't know.
who has
You don't
a
know.
cloak? You,
I-
sir, in the
I-
front row.
Since you have, it's a QRS. Since you have imparted about their fear of light, I think I may cast light on a large object, and we may throw it or lay it down or otherwise wave it and disturb them with the light show.
I like this
I
idea.
have
What
this
about a bedroll?
blanket.
I have, according to my character sheet,
We're all
clothes,
auditioning.
costume, which I think would probably include a large
Ooh,
cape.
A very
clearly.
fancy cape, yeah.
Mm-hmm. A cape that you sometimes
With
wear when
stars
you're
on
doing a
it.
stilts act?
Yeah,
Is that what
exactly.
you're telling me?
Yes.
Mm.
Are you going
All right,
to
I'll-
offer the cape to
Oh,
Nis?
I will glad. Yes, please, with my compliments.
Nis casts light on the cape.
All right. I believe is you touch one object no larger than 10 feet in any dimension. URS has a lovely 9-foot cape. Until it's at the lens, the object says bright light in a 20-foot radius and dim light for an additional 20 feet. The light can be colored however you'd like, Nis.
Now,
This is duration 1 hour.
it's soft white.
All right.
Nice.
Nice.
That's good.
choice.
That'll really you wouldn't want a harsh light to hurt the
Well,
horrible
it's blue,
monster.
it's bluer than like sunlight, but it's
Are we talking
not,
like
it's
a
not like a
5700
fluorescent
Kelvin or
Yeah.
where
Yeah,
we,
not,
where are
not
we?
something
Yeah.
that's gonna mess up your nighttime daytime schedule. You guys want to sleep right tonight
Right.
after
I mean,
the
we've
night
had
plays.
we've had
Yeah.
some terrible experiencing with sleep, so we
Yeah.
want to make
Yeah.
sure that we limit our blue
Now-
light.
Let me just check who is gonna wear the glowing light cape.
Are we gonna wear it or like hold it or?
Yeah,
Who
you-
is going
you
to
thought, like-
hold the glowing light
Also,
cape?
Tony,
a-
this is a cantrip. Could I literally cast light on all of our clothing?
Yes.
I guess so.
Oh
Yeah,
my
why
god,
not?
that's amazing.
It's a disco explosion. We're all wearing glowing clothes now. It's like
All right,
it's like
you
Tron
are
or
all-
Automan or something.
All right, I will tell you. You no longer have +10 to stealth.
No,
Oh,
no, it's a
wasted.
disco
That
in
was a
here now.
second
It's a
level.
disco in
Yeah.
here.
Tony, we're very quiet still.
It's, a quiet, it's one of those things where
We're
you have
in
the
a
headphones
fog.
on and you
Yeah.
dance, but nobody can
We've
hear.
got the silent rave.
Oh, I
Young
love it.
people.
They
Young
can't tell
people.
how many of us there are. It's kind of
I-
all like a glowing mist.
Yeah.
It is a little bit like. Is that a Lord of the Rings things where the guys with 2 torches? I don't remember what that's from.
Oh, I
yes.
know what you're talking about. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I don't know what it's from either.
I may have
but
conflated that with an actual historical battle. Unclear.
it could be both, really.
Mm,
Let's be honest.
Okay, I was going to put an aura around a particular character. We agree that all of you now shed bright light for 20 feet and dim light for an additional 20 feet. So you will have no trouble navigating the dark, twisting caverns of the tunnels of the meenlock nest ahead of you. Also, the meenlocks will have no trouble locating you, but you have reason to believe that this is tactically advantageous.
Yes.
Hypothetically. However,
All right.
if Dan had rolled a 17, we would
Again.
find out
Oh,
that
Tony,
not
Tony,
actually.
Tony, I have to take it all back. This isn't true because the spell ends if you cast it again. So I can only.
Oh.
We're gonna have to just go in with
Oh.
the cape. We're gonna have to do Operation QRS cape,
Oh.
disco cape.
So I wonder then,
Or do we put the cape on?
should you give it to Lone Walker,
Lone
since
Walker.
Lone Walker's going to go in
it's,
first?
And it's a 9-foot cape. It fits perfectly.
It
Oh.
was meant to be. Lone Walker, I think you have a plan. Do you want to kick us off with this plan? Or do you want to do the traditional argue about the plan?
No, there will be no arguing. Lone Walker just turns back and says, "Ready yourselves." And then he marches forward.
All right.
We ready ourselves.
So Lone Walker, you see him kind of, I imagine he's kind of headed straight ahead. It looks like QRS is following right behind. And there are lots of side passageways Lone Walker could take, but it seems like Lone Walker is kind of maintaining line of sight with the rest of the party so far.
Yeah, so Lone Walker's goal is to kind of get a handle of where these passages are going, how big this sort of branch of space is. And then I'm just going to do a quick roll for perception, which is only a 9, so forget it. As he continues to walk forward with the goal of keep going forward until you run into a wall and then kind of turn around and say, okay,
Sure.
Doesn't seem to go any further.
Do you, while this is happening, still have detect evil going? I
No,
don't know how
that
long
had
that
to be
lasts.
stopped. But what I have now is protection from evil and good. So I can't.
Okay.
The only way that I would be able to see things is by actually seeing them, either with the light or with my
All right.
eyes.
He's gone from protect to detect.
Yeah.
All right.
No, from detect to
From
protect.
detect to
Yeah.
protect.
It's tech. It's all tech.
It's all teched. All right. Lone Walker heads down the tunnel. You see him glowing with brilliant light from his cape. But it seems like Lone Walker, you have stumbled into a bit of a pincer situation. A meenlock makes horrible chittering noises as it appears in front of you. But at the same time, in your peripheral vision, you see a meenlock dashing up at you from a side passageway. And I'm going to ask you all to roll initiative, including the meenlocks. I don't remember how well I described meenlocks last episode. There's always that tricky thing of I've got art. Look at the art. Oh, this is technically a podcast. So meenlocks are these strange fey creatures. I think they're very bug-like. They're about 5 feet tall. They're kind of a mustard color. They've got some fur, but mainly kind of insect-like features. They've got little pincers, and they've just got kind of crab-like claws at the end of their spindly arms, and they're kind of hunched over. They've got little antennae, and so far we haven't really seen them communicate verbally. So let's see here. I need to roll for my meenlocks. Well, my meenlocks did not do great. They rolled a 6. Hermione got a 10. Lone Walker got a 4. QRS 9. Nis 16. Paulie, how'd you do?
I think you mean Nis.
1.
1.
Got a 1.
All right. So I think you know from your previous explorations that there are more meenlocks, but this is the first ones to kind of appear in the cavern ahead of you. So let's see here. The order is going to be Nis, Hermione, QRS, the meenlocks, Lone Walker, and Paulie. So Nis, you are first. It looks like and feel free if you want to adjust yourself where you are on the map a little bit. We do a little bit of theater of the mind here. But my reading of it is you're about kind of 15 feet, 10 feet behind Lone Walker, second in the kind of procession when you see one of these... You see a meenlock appear in front of Lone Walker, and then another meenlock kind of dart out of a side passageway to kind of try and flank him.
Yeah, so I'm going to... Tony, do you think Nis has some idea of how robust these individual meenlocks are, given our previous interactions with them?
Yeah, I think so. You've done battle with them.
So would I estimate that they're sort of high hit point in D&D terms, or a lot with low to medium hit point?
I don't know.
Yeah.
You killed one, right? One
Right.
was a challenge, I guess, or at least, well, it was a challenge because it got the drop on. Was it who? I'm already forgetting what happened previously. One person got attacked by themselves in a room in the mansion, and then other people ran in. So
I'm going to attack the one that is closer to me.
okay.
And I'm going to attack that one with a let's say we're going to start with a firebolt.
Okay, not a fireball. That would be a different kind of adventure.
A
That's
pitbull kind.
It's a 12 to hit.
Okay, your firebolt scorches the side of the tunnel wall. Kind of, there's a bloom as some of the moss, black oily moss, ignites and then fizzles out. The meenlock that was looking to sneak up on Lone Walker from behind glares at you with kind of black beady eyes.
No fair.
Then I will step forward and bite
Ew.
the meenlock. Because Nis can do that.
Not cool, man.
Was Nis not paying attention when I described what they look like?
Nis is just good at her job, and she's so good, in fact, that she rolled a crit.
Nice.
Yeah.
A critical bite.
So that is the most critical of bites.
Should have been the name of our podcast.
So I
That was strangely one of our first reviews. This podcast, Critical Bites.
So I double the damage dice. Is that right?
Yeah, so if the damage die was, a d6 or something, it would roll 2d6. I don't know what it is. I'm just conjecturing.
Is
that dice.
wild. Yes, indeed, it is 2d6. All right. Well, it's only 4, but still, it's a critical 4, and that was a bonus attack. So
Do you get to add anything to it, or?
No, alas, no. It's just it's a little extra bite because my
4 damage. You tear one of the weird kind of antennae things sticking at the side of the meenlock's head, just off with your teeth,
and it's super intimidating.
I probably would not eat that.
No, she spits it right back out, but that's called the hungry jaws. So she does one of these rah. And it thinks that she's just trying to scare it, and then she actually bites it and does damage.
All right, all setness.
Yep.
Hermione is next, followed by Q-Wearers.
All right. So can we, since this is such a narrow passage, technically, is it possible for me to share a square with Nis, or do I have to
How about we put you there and there?
Okay.
How's that?
That works.
It is. I will tell you, at this point, it would probably be real hard for anybody else to squeeze past that space where the three of you are clustered. Yeah.
Okay.
But we'll say that there is exactly 1 centaur's worth of space left, and you have occupied it.
Fantastic. I like to take up that space. And I will pull out my short sword and go to strike. And because I'm only exhaustion level 2, not 3, it has nothing, the ability checks don't do anything with my battling part, correct?
What does?
Nope. You're good.
Okay.
You're good.
Disadvantage on attack rolls comes next exhaustion level.
So I'm not taking a
something to
nap
look
yet.
forward to.
Yeah.
The adventure will probably end before that happens, one way or the other. So.
Well, it doesn't matter either way because I rolled a 2.
All right, that's unlikely to hit unless you have a crazy modifier that you can add to that.
No, but I do have a whip that I will utilize instead. And I rolled a 14 instead.
14 total or 14 plus something?
Plus 6. So
that
20.
will hit. You lash out with your whip and hit this meenlock. Roll me some damage. Whip damage.
All right. Whip my hair back and forth to 6.
Nice.
Damage. All right. We've bitten this meenlock. We've whipped it.
Into shape.
We did good.
Thank you.
Q-Wearers, you are next, I believe.
Q-Wearers will scurry up behind Hermione here and peek out from behind her and look at that meenlock and go, "You put the mean in meenlock," which is some vicious mockery.
Ooh.
So vicious.
Cut to the quick there.
Please have it roll a saving throw, wisdom.
Wisdom.
I'm coming, Mrs. Meanlock. I'm coming. Oh, you cut me. Oh, the words. Oh.
Critical success for this meenlock.
Oh, wow.
That meenlock is in touch with its meanness, apparently.
It goes, yeah, I do. I do put the mean in Meanlock.
Oh, I gave it
The
vicious
Meenlock-
compliment instead.
The meenlock kind of flexes to show that he has a tattoo on his shoulder that says, "I put the mean in meenlock."
Respect, says Q-Eris, and then ducks back behind Hermione.
Yep. All right. Anything else, QRs?
How's everybody else doing? Everybody else good?
Great.
Yeah.
This spits some more pieces of Meanlock out of her
I
mouth.
am going to use a bonus action, and as a bonus action, I will give Lone Walker a bardic inspiration. So, Lone Walker, you got yourself a D6 that any time in the next 10 minutes you can add to any ability check, attack roll, or saving throw. So you got.
Oh,
you
right.
don't
wait.
have to use it
And you can wait to see the result before you decide
Correct.
to do that. So if
Yeah.
you roll something and you're like, that's not quite good enough, you can do that.
Cool.
Cool. All right. I believe it is Team Meenlock next. QRS, I will tell you that you are aware of movement to your east, and Paulie, you are aware of movement to the west in the tunnels, as it seems like the Meenlocks are converging on your glowing location. In the middle of this scuffle, Lone Walker is there. Hermione has entered. So has Nis. And so the question is, well, one of the Meenlocks really only has a choice to attack Lone Walker because of the caverns. The other one could potentially attack different people. So let's see here. Let's do the one that is definitely going to attack Lone Walker. I have rolled with disadvantage. It seems like the Meenlocks do not like that you are wearing a bright, shining cloak, and seem to have some kind of sensitivity to that.
Disco.
They also have disadvantage. Do you get double disadvantage? Because I have protection from evil and good.
They have single disadvantage, which is but I will tell you, the light sensitivity is going to protect your friends as well, because basically, while in your aura of bright light, the Meenlocks, like they look, their eyes are all kind of blinking and kind of they look like they don't want to look in your direction as they're trying to like swipe at you. So that. All right. I have rolled with disadvantage a 7 and a 13. 7 plus 4 is 11 to hit a Goliath Paladin. All right. The other Meenlock is still kind of feeling irritated about its antennae that got bitten off by a lizard. So that Meenlock is going to attack Nis.
Excuse me. It's lizard person.
Lizard person, sorry. However, this Meenlock is within an aura of bright light cast by Lone Walker, so also has disadvantage, which I think tactically is going to be a big deal for this fight. I've rolled a 12 to hit. Nis, you're
nope.
An academic. That's
I got lizardy skin though. Lizardy skin.
Just consulting in case anything exciting happens when I don't hit anyone.
Yeah, we feel great.
Yeah. So I will remind you, from your last encounter with Meenlocks, that starting your turn next to a Meenlock is potentially you're going to be afraid of Meenlocks. They have a fear aura. So I'm just reminding you about that ahead of time as we start with Lone Walker. Though Lone Walker, you can't be
no fright
hypnotized. For me. No fright at all?
Okay. No frighten.
Then you don't need to roll that. But other people who start their turn within 10 feet of the Meenlocks, which will certainly be Hermione and Nis next turn, will need to... I'm reminding myself as I remind you of that. All right, Lone Walker, there are 2 Meenlocks right around you, and you know that there are other Meenlocks scurrying around in the nearby tunnels. What will you do?
I'm going to need all of them to do a... Oh, crud, what's a DC 12 wisdom saving throw, please.
Okay.
QRS leans forward. They're really wise. Watch out.
All 4 or all 2?
All 4. They're all within 30 feet of me.
They are. I saw you measuring stuff.
And any other Meenlocks within 30 feet, Tony.
Yes, even if we don't see them.
All right, I'm going to roll this behind the scenes. Dun, dun, dun. Just imagine that I've got I've got
while Tony's doing his rolls, what has happened
Meenlocks and invisible Meenlocks.
Is Lone Walker has sort of reached down and pulled up his holy symbol that he's now holding out, and he just sort of like turns very slowly and presents it to everyone.
You see this? He says.
All right.
I think you're all wise, guys.
I have amazingly...
QRS, next time say you put the lock in Meenlock and see what happens.
Feel the power of Myaliki.
Lone Walker, I have bad news for you.
No.
I have rolled a number of D20s that I will not share with you. All of them were above 12.
Are you joking?
I told you, says QRS.
We got all of his good rolls out.
One of them was a critical success. So
So now,
Look, you know what? I will tell you. You know what? I'm going to tell you about the 4 rolls for the meenlocks you can see.
Okay.
I rolled a 19, a 19, a 19, and a 20.
Holy God.
Oh,
What?
wow.
I have taken a screenshot of this because you won't believe me until I show it to you later. But it also includes.
I
the
don't
ones
believe
that
you until
can't
you
see.
show me now.
Yeah.
No, I believe you, Tony. Okay. I'm trying to see if there's any now because everything requires concentration, and Lone Walker wants to keep the protection up. So, Lone Walker is just going to do a small prayer to Mayaliki, making sure, sort of checking in, making sure she's still there.
Hey.
Hey,
God,
just
it's me, Margaret.
sort of checking in, making sure you're still listening. And that's Lone Walker's turn.
All right. Paulie is next, followed by Nis. Paulie, I will mention you. Everyone else has kind of converged on a Lone Walker at this place where the tunnels intersect. I would say you are on the periphery of the bright light from Lone Walker's illuminated. Is it a cape, a cloak? But yeah. So you are in danger of perhaps being in the darkness where the meenlocks do not seem to be as afraid.
Okay. I am going to cast Spider Climb.
Mm-hmm.
And so that allows me to like climb on the ceilings.
Yep. I would say that's probably even really easy here because I imagine the tunnels are kind of like they've been bored by the meenlocks, so they're like nicely circular. They don't have that kind of square mining tunnel look, so you can just kind of like walk up the sides, and now you're upside down.
Great. So
I don't know if you want to be upside down or just on the wall, but you know.
just on the wall so I could like move around a little bit more.
Yeah.
Since like some of the pathways are clogged up with centaurs.
Centaurs, yeah.
Yep. But I believe I don't have like a secondary action. That was like my main action was casting that. And so I'm also going to do like a slight move to move more into the light, but we can assume that I'm on some sort of surface that isn't the ground.
Mm-hmm. Might make you, if not a little bit harder to hit, also not an ideal target for hideous bug monsters that want to murder you for invading their nest, right?
Excellent. You tell me, but that's what I'm hoping.
And Paulie is small, but Paulie is now tall because it's Paulie's height minus the height of the ceiling. So Paulie is like further up, right? Is that how that works?
I don't think Paulie is. I think Paulie is the same height.
Really?
Yeah.
But no, but upside down. Isn't Paulie smaller when Paulie's
I'm going to tell you,
down?
Jason, whether you're upside down or not, you do not change heights. So.
Weird. If you say so.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I rarely do I have a strong feeling about science, but this one I'm locked in on.
That's science. Really?
Adding negative numbers, very confusing.
Upside down is your most elemental of sciences. So I'm going to get mail. So, all right, Nis, you are next to a disgusting, gross meenlock, and you are within its fear aura. I need you to make a DC 11 Wisdom saving throw or be frightened of the meenlock for a turn.
11.
That was what you needed to do. So
nice. So I see 2 meenlocks before me. Is that right?
yeah, and I think you're probably kind of aware of movement. Certainly maybe off behind you in places like that. But there are 2 within range of you, right, or within visual.
All right.
Line of sight.
One
of them you have tasted.
Yes, indeed.
Nis
is going to cast Magic Missile, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Hit 1 on the one that I bit.
All right.
2 damage. Hit 2 on the one that I bit. 2 more damage. And hit 3 on the one that I bit. 3 damage.
Nice.
So 7
I count that
hit
as
points.
7 damage total.
I rolled very badly there, but there it is.
I will tell
7
you
is more than 0.
that meenlock looks a little unhealthy.
Ooh. Like, I don't know, need some tea or like maybe a cold compress.
Vitamin C.
COVID test.
Probably.
It's all the
Yeah.
darkness. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Vitamin
All right.
D.
That's it. This is an exciting turn.
This meenlock looks kind of all pale and like it's got some skin stuff. It looks like he'd rather just go home and play Minecraft all day.
And watch
This is
Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah.
This is going to move over a little bit to make a little more room should someone need it, while still keeping.
I
Can I
don't
not
know
do
if
that?
you can do that. You could. I think you would provoke if you.
Oh,
did
I would
that.
provoke, yeah, because I'm moving away from the one. I just
Yeah.
am viewing them as all a whole. Okay,
Yeah.
Nis will stay put because she's not scared.
It is tight quarters here. Hermione, you are also right up next to a meenlock. Please make a wisdom saving throw to see if you are afraid of them.
Okay, is this an issue with my exhaustion? Because it's an ability check.
It's a
saving
throw.
Saving
which is
throw?
saving
Okay.
throws are different.
Okay.
I think that's next.
That's
again,
next.
level 3.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
So ability checks would be like skill checks or something like that.
Yeah.
Like a strength check or.
What is it again?
I believe you need to make
Wisdom?
an 11. Yes, 11 on wisdom.
I rolled a 7.
All right. The bad news, Hermione, you are frightened of meenlocks. A frightened creature has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of your fear is within sight, and you cannot willingly move closer to the source of your fear.
Well, the night. Oh no! Okay. Cool. Great. But that doesn't affect. Did you say it affects my attack?
You disadvantage.
Just okay. Cool. Great. Either way, we're going to try and hit it with my short sword.
Do it.
So I got a 4 and a 19. So a 4.
Bad news.
Yeah, that's not gonna hit. But I still got my trusty whip. Nope. I'm just gonna. We're just.
It's hard. You're like, don't touch
not
me.
so trusty. Is
You
that
know?
what you
Yeah.
just said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you still,
I'm
it's really hard to whip.
exhausted. I'm
Yeah.
scared. It's
This
all
is
fine.
the worst day. I think we've all learned.
Yeah.
We've learned a valuable lesson about mining towns. It's unclear what you're supposed to take away from this adventure. So, yeah.
Hopefully
All right.
myself.
QRS, you are in the glowing presence of Lone Walker. You are not right next to a meenlock. I don't know what you're going to do.
I don't know what I'm going to do either. Well, I'm still far enough back that I probably am better off. Vicious Mockery did not go great last time. and
I'll
I
also
seem to-
remind you, they already have disadvantage because of the light. So,
Yeah, so that won't really do much. I'm going to shoot this one just past Hermione with a crossbow. That's what I'm going
All
to
right.
Shoot it.
do. Right. That's a 21.
that hits.
Fabulous. That is a paltry 4 damage because I rolled a 1 on my damage die.
All right. Well, every little bit helps.
Every little thing he does is magic.
This was a crossbow bolt. It was different. Everything
but
else he
I
got.
use
Everything else he
Everything
does
else he does is magic.
Yeah. Thank you.
my crossbow bolts explode though in like a shower of harmless sparks when they go off.
Oh,
It's just
harmless.
Ooh, nice.
Oh.
Nice.
It's
What-
a modification.
We
What
paid
color?
extra for them to be harmless. So that was the mistake. But it was.
I cast shower of harmless sparks.
Yeah.
I
It's
could not
basically
afford
light.
the harmful
Yeah.
version.
That's
Yeah.
a bonus action.
Yeah.
Is anybody particularly hurt? Need healing or anything?
Just
like
you,
that?
pal.
Just my
me.
dice.
Okay. I can't do much about that. Although I could give you, I guess, another. I only have 3 bardic inspirations.
Nah, it's fine. Because everything that I have failed, like I have not rolled higher than a 6. So, inspiration would help.
Cueris, as a free action, chucks Hermione on the shoulder and says, "You got this,"
Thanks, buddy.
All right.
and then hides behind her again.
Yeah.
That's the
I-
non-helpful
yeah.
kind of bardic inspiration.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's just inspiration.
The meenlocks are next. So one meenlock is pretty decently wounded at this point. One meenlock is in mint condition, but having a hard time hitting anybody because of the bright light. So this meenlock is going to try and attack Lone Walker with disadvantage. I rolled a 2 and a 3, so that was great. This other...
Take the lower of those.
Yes, I'm doing that.
Is that how? Okay, disadvantage. Got it.
You know
Yeah.
what? You know what, Tony? Just because we really love and appreciate
Take the higher
you,
on that one.
Feel free to add them together.
Oh,
That's okay.
wow.
You know?
Wow.
I know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Super
Yeah.
advantage.
Yeah.
When I add
Double
them together,
advantage, yeah.
I get a 5. Plus 4 will not hit Lone Walker. All right, moving on to the wounded Meenlock. That one, I think it still has its eyes, its horrible beady eyes set on Nis. You bit him.
Oh.
He took that personally.
Oh,
I
that's
rolled a
disadvantage.
critical and a 12. So that 12 might hit you, Nis. 12 plus 4 is 16.
Yes, it will hit.
All right. A horrible meenlock claw grates across your little lizard belly. You are going to take 7 slashing damage, and give me a DC 11 Constitution saving throw.
Who was it? I thought somebody said that they were ducked behind me.
13.
That was QR is stuck behind her.
Oh, that was QRS. Okay,
Yeah, I'm not behind you.
13,
so-
I passed
All
that
right.
one.
13, you passed it. You'll probably remember from the previous fight, when you get hit by their horrible claws, you have the potential to be paralyzed,
Yes.
which would be bad.
Yeah. Yeah. And by the way, it's a lizard folk belly.
All right. The horrible Minlock, having tried to slice you open, Nis looks at you with its beady eyes and disappears.
What?
Oh.
And does not provoke
Nope. I think probably you are experienced enough adventurers
like a goblin.
to determine that this creature just magically teleported. I assume at a certain level you can tell the difference between someone disappearing into shadows versus casting invisibility.
little-
Yeah, it's the
versus, there's a smell.
It's the
right?
transporter effect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that guy went somewhere else.
All right.
Does it
All
wake
right.
up as a whole new meenlock?
Oh boy.
Well, other Meenlocks are on the periphery of this battle, and they are going to kind of scuttle forward from the tunnels. One is going to kind of rush up to QRS. One is going to rush up to Paulie. I'm going to say I think there's enough light that we start to get into how does light go around corners and stuff. But I'm going to generously say that they are in bright light for now. QRS attacking with disadvantage. I rolled 2
Oh,
critical.
dear
my
God.
God.
What is
happening?
this?
What the heck?
I would like you all to recognize that I've been playing
What?
Dungeons and Dragons for a long time, and I'm very good at it.
That's not how dice work.
I mean, yes, you are, Tony.
You don't
Thank
get
you.
better
but
dice.
that's
Tiff, don't you? I mean,
James
I
Thompson would
did.
argue with you about
Yeah.
that point.
yeah.
All right. Well, QRS, this is not great.
Cool.
Yeah, cool. I get to roll 44 damage.
44.
4.
Question. Are bonus actions only allowed to be taken on one's own turn at the
Yes.
end of their turn?
No, anytime on your own
Anytime
turn.
on
but
your turn.
Anytime on your own turn. Okay,
Yeah, reaction is your only action that you can take, not on your turn.
got it. Okay.
So 4d4 plus 2 is actually 11 damage. So 11 damage QRS as a horrible
Thank God I
Meenlock
have all
blade.
those temporary hit points.
Slices
Temporary
across you.
hit points.
And you need to roll a DC 12 Constitution save. Nope, sorry, DC 11.
DC
Come on.
11 Constitution save, you said.
Come on,
Yes.
QRS.
You got this.
Well, Tony, it must be in the water because I rolled a 19. Plus 1 is
All right.
20.
The other Meenlock scurries out of the darkness, going for Paulie. Paulie, I have rolled a not so impressive 10 versus you, which I don't think does anything.
Nothing.
All right. Lone Walker, you are next. You are still invulnerable to fear. There is no one has hit this Meenlock yet. There's a Meenlock
No.
in front of you.
No.
But this Meenlock's about to be hit. I can tell you
And
that.
there are 2 other Meenlocks attacking your friends from behind.
First, Lone Walker's going to say, do we want to change the plan at all, or should we continue to attack? And just see if anyone's got any thoughts.
I've been thinking about these bugs, and aren't they kind of people?
I think that's the wrong conclusion to take right now.
He is not wrong.
I mean, I'm not saying, I'm just saying.
So we should let them kill us?
Well, definitely not. I
Okay.
mean, we're being provoked, and I don't do well with being provoked. But like, maybe there's a way to make them people again.
Yeah, that's not a bad thought.
Then they might not, attack us. I hope.
Actually, Lone Walker goes,
Maybe there's more hugging once they're people.
oh dear.
Less
I
fighting?
almost wish
staring?
Paulie hadn't made this argument. because suddenly I'm not sure I can harm these creatures.
I would also like to
They're
know
very
that
sure they
Paulie's
can hire
yelling
you.
this from the ceiling.
From the safety of the ceiling. From this vantage point, Paulie has discovered an ethical dilemma. Not fully visible from the ground.
I think. Oh God! I think Lone Walker will use his action to disengage with the buggo that's in front of him, and then move past. Oh crap! No, wait! I can't do that because I can't let them not be in the light. Son of a gun!
Son of a gun, indeed.
Lone Walker, can Lone Walker pass? Is giving the cape to Nis full action?
I would say I'll let you. I don't know what is it.
Okay, so what I'd like to do is disengage, pass off the cape, and then move past the creature that's in front of me. Stripping. What is that counted in D&D rules?
So I believe in the kobold adventure with the burning armor. It was gonna be a full.
Oh, that was
action to
but that's
take off.
armor. Armor
That's
you're
true.
strapped
That's
into.
true.
This is it
A
says
cloak,
that
I
have
could also just
consulted-
drop the cape because it's
Yeah.
still going to light.
Yeah.
I have consulted the rules. This seems all right. I don't know if I agree with this part of the rule. It says equipping or unequipping a shield is an action. Feels like unequipping a shield's a lot easier than equipping
Yeah,
a
you
shield.
throw
Well,
it
they're
down.
like strapped on sometimes. So like,
Yeah,
you know,
I will let you throw off the cape as a bonus action.
Okay, so Lone Walker
Reattaching the
takes
cape,
off the cape and
but
sort of tosses
still-
it down.
Yeah, lying on the ground, it's still casting light everywhere.
And then I'm going to move past. Let's see, I've got how much movement can I
I'm
do?
uncertain about what the second part of your plan is. I mean,
I'm
Lone Walker, I'm a little
basically-
concerned there. There is a meenlock blocking your passage south.
Oh, so there's no way I can.
Oh,
can I-
it's a narrow tunnel, and there's a horrible bug.
Oh, well then I undo a boo boo. All of
There's-
that.
Lots of room to the west. Can I interest you in west?
You could also interest me in east.
It's okay. No west.
I think, yeah, Lone Walker. I can't.
A crisis of faith.
Well, I could, but Lone Walker can't. Yeah. So the cape
Good.
has been dropped.
Wow,
so
Paulie, way to sabotage the
Great,
plan
I
on
broke our
somebody else.
tank.
Somebody
You
else's
did.
turn.
Oh, damn it, you guys.
Yeah. Paulie, this is why we don't let you read those epic books.
so you'll have to move the yellow off of me now.
All right. Did you just leave? Is that what just happened?
I'm going further
did you,
down.
hold on.
I want
I'm
to
sorry.
see.
Did you just switch sides? Is that what happened? Did you?
Are
Did
you
you join the
a
meenlocks?
No. So Lone Walker says, I must march ahead to look for a source of this evil. And he goes up.
Runs
to
into the
northeast.
darkness.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to reveal some more
Well,
tunnels for you there.
And it's not completely
Mike.
dark because I've got my boom rod or whatever it's called.
Yeah. Sunrod.
That.
Yeah.
That too.
All right. So I'll just point out there are several horrible bugs attacking your friends. Lone Walker finds.
I have so many friends. They can handle
I mean,
it.
he's a lone walker. It's
Lone
in
Walker.
his name.
Yeah,
He's
it's right
gonna
there in the
walk
name. Why are we
alone.
surprised?
Like-
Yeah.
Frankly, it's
Lone
Paulie's
Walker-
fault. So
Lone Walker finds a side
Hey,
passage.
you
and
asked, buddy.
heads out.
You had the question. I
All
just
right.
gave you more questions.
Now,
Paulie says, when a paladin asks you if bugs are evil, you say yes.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I'm learning a lot of things today.
yeah. Micah, did you take the disengage action or?
I did. Yeah, that was my
okay.
action. Was
All
disengage.
right. Gotcha. You threw off your cape, disengaged, and then walked.
Yeah.
QRS is like, buddy, where you going, buddy? But come.
He says
oh.
from behind the centaur.
Yeah. Peeking over my tail.
Where's he going?
All right. Paulie, it is your turn. A meenlock has converged on you. You and Hermione and Nis and Kioris are kind of at the intersection of a bunch of tunnels here, with several chittering meenlocks converging on you, but the glowing cape on the floor still seems to be kind of keeping them at bay. They all look kind of hesitant as they're trying to like hold their pincers up in front of their eyes while attacking you at the same time, kind of clumsily. And you're on the ceiling.
Yeah.
Are you dancing?
I kind of feel like I'm also going to disengage.
What is happening?
I don't know what's happening.
This is all very interesting, honestly.
I'm feeling ethical.
What is
this is a new feeling.
I kind of love that Lone Walker and Paulie are like.
Paulie,
Lone Walker's had an impact on Paulie a little bit.
Paulie, I'm just going to mention at the start of the adventure, you cheated your friends out of half the gold.
Just a reminder. Chaotic
I'm just
evil,
picturing
maybe?
There's a difference between murder and money.
Yeah, there
I'm
is.
picturing the end of this adventure is like Paulie and Lone Walker striding off into the sunset arm in arm while all of their friends have been murdered by meenlocks.
And
I feel good about what we did.
The text "We contain multitudes" shows up above our heads.
QR is, you hope you're only murdered. You know that they can turn you into meenlocks. So
I don't know. Right now, it seems like the meenlocks care about me.
Murder is the easy way out.
They're
All
the
right.
ones that are sticking around.
So, Paulie, you have taken the disengage action.
Yeah.
You now have
And
a
I'm gonna
move or a bonus action.
I'm going to scurry across the ceiling up towards the north.
Nice.
So I have a 25 foot range, so I'll max that out. Where can I go? I was kind of like here. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So like here.
All right, you scurry to an unexplored passageway to the north. Lone Walker has run east. You are scattering, running into the Meenlock Warren in a move that could be a strategy or a way to separate and split the party into as many places as possible. And I am curious to see how this will go.
Oh, me too.
Yeah. Will Lone Walker's choice to look for other opportunities in the tunnel be the way to solve this adventure, or has he sealed the death warrant for all of his friends? Will they be murdered, or will they be turned into fey creatures, forced to ever haunt these tunnels, preying upon anyone else who comes across them? And what about Paulie? And what about little Anthony? How are things going to work out for them? Will one of them eat a meatball sub? For answers to questions such as these, tune in next time? Question mark, question mark, question mark, to Total Party Kill.